Anthony on Air Podcast back for another episode. We're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine goes to Hollywood. The Gateses, or is it Gates Eye? I'm not sure.
It's probably Gates Eye.
Bill and Melinda hiring new lawyers. We'll tell you who they are and who they've represented in the past. January 6th, Commission, Drunken Friends Reunion. Might be my favorite topic of the episode. The Royal Diss. Rest in peace, Paul Mooney. Snooper Bowl. And a Duncan update from Jay Sabs herself, who will be joining us right now. Frankie C is here. What's up, my man?
What is going on?
Ghislaine goes to Hollywood. Can you believe?
I don't want to see that movie.
Can you believe there are three, count them, three productions underway, all surrounding Ghislaine Maxwell? Three.
Well, that's a huge deal. I mean, it's like, I'm surprised there wasn't, there's, I guess, documentaries and stuff, but there wasn't an OJ documentaries. There was a TV show, but there wasn't a movie or anything, right?
Well, they made that weird, it was more than a movie. It was like what they call them, short series, limited
like a
series.
I don't know.
Yeah, like a mini. Well, they stopped calling mini series. I think has a negative connotation, but limited series sounds like super.
Well, that was recent. They didn't do it. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, with Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was good too. I watched it. That was really good.
I'm surprised they didn't come out with something shortly after the whole thing.
There was a lot of stuff on like Fox and CBS and NBC. They all make their own little TV movies.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember any of them. I just remember a lot of like 60 Minute stuff and behind the scene, inside this and, let's talk to OJ now and all this.
Yeah.
Crap. I never saw any, I guess because it was such a controversial.
But if you remember, like we went through like a golden era of like made for TV movies. There was OJ, there was Tanya Harding, there was Joey Buttafuoco, there was the brothers who killed the Menendez brothers.
Well, I don't remember any movies about them, though. I know I, Tanya, they came out with that, but that was recent.
Yeah, that was recent. But during the 90s, hold on, Frank. I got to say goodnight again. Good night, beautiful. Good night, buddy.
Good night.
Sleep tight. Sorry, everybody. Kids' bedtime. During the 90s, they all, and they all like made their own, because if ABC was making one, then NBC had to make one first.
I don't remember any of them.
Cheesy and just terrible, and yeah, there was a bunch like that. There was a big Elvis one at one point in the 90s. They just made like an Elvis all about his life.
I feel like you're right in the fact that there were a bunch of made for TV movies and everything. That's like a huge cliche joke, like whenever something happens, the movie rights come out, but I don't remember any of them.
No, but I feel like that's the move. Something happens, it gets the made for TV thing right away. Like the 2020 and Nightline.
Well, that's different.
They all do their hour features.
Right. That's like documentary news style.
Yeah.
But that's the stuff I remember, but I don't remember any like movies.
You don't really get movies until years, like I, Tanya. It's not until usually like 20 years later, 10 years later.
I guess.
What was remember the 9/11? How long did it take for those movies to come out? Those movies came out.
Well, there was a bunch. I feel like maybe
there was the documentary that De Niro produced. That was I feel like that was the first big one. And I think that was around a year later, and it came out on, I want to say, one of the regular broadcast networks, and it was like commercial free. So I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but you had
it was a Nicolas Cage movie.
The Nicolas Cage movie, and you had the Flight 93 movie.
Right.
Yeah, those were until I feel like 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
later.
It takes time to make them, but
it does.
This is relatively recent. I mean, I guess they're pumping them out quicker.
Well, what they're doing now, here's the three. With the most recent one that was announced, Discovery Plus. They've greenlit a docuseries which will focus on the relationship between Ghislaine and Epstein. So there's an Epstein doc on Netflix, which is great, which really kind of spurred us
latching
on to this subject matter. But now this will focus on her. They're calling it Chasing Ghislaine. It'll debut later this year. I would guess it's going to coincide with the trial now, right? November, later this year. That kind of makes sense.
Great. It'll come out for Christmas.
Yeah, right. Could you imagine? Be nice and
wonderful.
Well, the trial's starting what? Right after Thanksgiving. So
right after that, right when we're decorating.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that is kind of gross. I love that time of year. I don't want to be thinking about this.
It's gonna be all. Oh man.
Yeah. The Discovery Plus said the series will aim to expose the, quote, mystery behind Epstein's wealth and influence and how Maxwell's alleged role within this conspiracy threatens a shadowy cabal of international elite and world leaders who might do anything to keep their identities and motives hidden. Great
catchy
description.
Tagline.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wrote that in the marketing department needs a raise.
They hit all the buzzwords in that one.
They got it all. They really did a good job on it. Like I said, it's one of many projects that are in the works. Oh, by the way, do you know who's producing this?
Woody Allen.
No. James Patterson.
James Patterson. The writer?
Yeah, the writer. Who I think, if I'm not mistaken, didn't James Patterson live like 3 doors down from Epstein or something like that? What was I saying? James Patterson is oddly like involved in this somehow. Not like involved like Gates and Ghislaine involved, but like he's well aware of Epstein.
Yikes.
So his company, along with a couple of other companies, they're getting together to produce this. Oh, I think he produced the one on Netflix. So that's what it was. I knew there was some tie-in with him. Anyway, Chasing Ghislaine is one of a few projects that's going on with Maxwell right now. In the UK, they're Channel 4 and something called Roast Beef Productions. Good thing we don't have Janine on. She'd have laughed at that. They're working on a feature-length documentary examining the life and times of Maxwell titled Who is Ghislaine Maxwell? And Sony Pictures, their 11th Hour Films, is adapting a true crime podcast, Hunting Ghislaine, into a limited scripted series. So we are getting that OJ,
right.
Cuba
like
Gooding
a movie
Jr.
style.
Yeah.
All right. That's all coming out later this year.
Which was super good, by the way.
I thought it was good.
You watched it, right? It like kind of gave you some more insight. I mean, we all watched the stuff when it all originally happened. They dropped it at the right time where it was long enough that we kind of forgot a lot of the things, and we were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I thought a lot of the, most of it we kind of knew. If you watched any meaningful documentary on OJ, you kind of knew all the stuff. So it was, but it was good. The acting was good.
Yeah.
What's her name? Sarah Paulson was really good.
She was spectacular in that. I feel like that kind of put her. She was known, on the map. But put her really on the map. She stepped up in that one.
Yeah, that was good. She's good. American Horror Story. She's got a lot of good credits under her belt.
Yeah, I like her. She's been in a lot of good things too. So that's the latest on Ghislaine Maxwell. This is going to be a lot of Ghislaine material to check out later on this year.
Merry Christmas.
Along with the trial, which of course will be all over and on top of. So make sure you guys are subscribed on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, if you're listening to this, a nice little rating on Apple would always be appreciated on Apple Podcasts.
Give us that thumbs up, baby.
Yes, and you can follow us on Spotify as well. This way you get automatically notified when we drop new episodes. So if you prefer to listen to us on Spotify, we know we have a bunch of audience over there on Spotify. Appreciate that. Hit that follow button on our page, and this way you'll get notified right away. No surprise here with Bill and Melinda Gates. Quick story tonight, today, not a big deal. They hired more lawyers.
How many do you need? Like, how many is enough? If you had 50 lawyers, is that too many?
I don't think you could ever get too many lawyers, to be honest with you.
I mean, how many are you allowed to sit at your table in court?
Yeah, I don't think there's a limit. I think you could fit. Remember OJ? He had like 7.
had like 4 or 5 sitting at the table.
Yeah, it was a big. They had to put an extension on the table. If I recall.
Yeah, but can you theoretically have 20 lawyers around you? in the courtroom?
Yeah, I think he can. I mean, I think
And every one of them would have to give an opening argument and a cross-examine and all that
no. I think only one can do each thing.
per right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I think you have to ask if you're gonna question a witness, and then the other lawyer's they have to ask the judge.
Yeah, right.
You know,
it's per defendant, I guess. It's one per defendant.
And I don't think they'd get all this sit together. But even if you hire a law firm, you're kind of hiring like 50 lawyers when you hire these big law firms. But I found this interesting. They hired a couple of lawyers from the Jeff Bezos divorce.
Oh, there you go.
You know, kind of familiar. They're kind of experts in the field.
They know what they're doing, I guess. They've been through this this rigmarole.
I don't know why they wouldn't hire them in the first place. I mean, if anybody, they're literally, that's the closest thing to this is the Bezos divorce.
Did they have to fire people for this, or they just had to just hire people?
They just kind of tack them on. Yeah.
All right.
But I like the move here because they swapped female and male. So the person that was representing Bezos' ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott, Bill hired her. And the one that was representing Jeff, Melinda hired that person. So they kind of switched roles from the husband to the wife and the wife to the husband. They swapped it up a little bit there.
All right. Well, that's, I guess they're good at what they do if now Bezos and Gates.
But they already have like an agreement in place. So I don't know why. This is weird that they're bringing in another set of lawyers.
Well, I'm sure there's stuff that the agreement doesn't cover. There's probably new things since the agreement. I'm sure there's stuff to iron out that the lawyers have to go through. I'm positive it's not all cut and dry. If it were, it'd be over by now.
Yeah, true. That's true.
You got the kids, you got property, you got whatever new assets since signing any papers.
Could you imagine how many millions of dollars they've made since they announced this thing a couple of weeks ago?
You mean the lawyers? Or the Gateses?
Both now. I meant the Gateses, but both really when you think about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know what the number is, but it's a ridiculous, like, whatever they make per day.
And what do you, if Bill Gates calls you and is like, hey, Frank.
You can't charge him more because he's Bill Gates.
I think you can. No, I think you
just
can.
Because he's Bill Gates?
I think you have to.
Isn't there like a rate? Like I charge $200 an hour, $500 an hour, no matter who you are. Since you're Bill Gates, I could charge you $3,000 an hour, $10,000 an hour. I could just keep going. I don't know if that's how it works.
I mean, look, if Bill Gates,
that's how it works. Something needs to be.
Bill Gates calls you on the phone and says, Frank, I saw the episode where you drew Ghislaine Maxwell in under 90 seconds. It was spectacular. I want you to come draw me like your French girls. Mm-hmm. How much would you would charge him more than you would charge me or any Joe off the street?
No, because I mean, let's say it's you or it's someone who makes $1 million to $10 million a year. I'm not going to charge them any more than I would charge you. So why would it be different for, it's based on my work and what I have to do.
This is why you're stuck on this podcast, and you don't have a burgeoning art business.
So I'm not a scumbag. I'm not going to overcharge someone because they make more money.
But it's not overcharging. It's appropriating the charge. It's an appropriate charge.
Doesn't make any sense. Like if McDonald's isn't going to charge Bill Gates more for their hamburger, they're going to charge him the same they charge you.
Yeah, but case in point, if the pizza place on the corner was like, "Can you draw our pizza box?" and then McDonald's comes and was like, "Hey, can you draw something for us?" You wouldn't charge McDonald's more than the corner pizza place?
That's different because are they using the image in their advertising?
Yes.
So
no, does it matter?
Yeah, because if they're going to use it in...
They're both using it for the same thing. They're both using it for the same thing.
Well, if the pizza place on the corner is using it in their advertising, and it takes me, 2 hours to draw it, I don't know what I don't know because I don't know what I would charge. But let's say it was $100, whatever. Just put a round number on it.
Yeah.
McDonald's calls me and says they want to use my drawing in their gajillion-dollar multimedia campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Should I charge $100 for it?
But that's the same thing with Bill Gates.
No, it's just for his personal use. If he's using it to advertise for Microsoft, then I'd have to charge more. Because
if Bill Gates came to me and said, "Ann, I hear you consult podcasts. You've had a long track record of success in podcasting. Can you consult on my podcast?" I'd be like, "Yeah, no problem, Bill. Anytime. $1 million a month, and I'm there for you, big man. Anything you need. Anything you need." I would absolutely charge him more, because the other thing too is when you're dealing with somebody like that, you have no idea how accessible you have to be for these people.
That's different too.
These lawyers are going to handle divorces. They're never going to have the amount of work that they're going to have with this case in any other case.
That's what I'm saying. You have to factor in the work you put in. So if it takes me this long to do something, and they have constant notes and all this stuff, I have to factor in my hours.
I think you're too worried about being the nice guy all the time. That to act like you wouldn't charge Bill Gates more money.
I charge based on usually. I mean, unless it's where I've never had to do. I don't remember if I did.
Yeah, but you've been commissioned to do art before. People bought art from you.
Yeah, but not. I mean, not for a real. I mean, I did do something for advertising, but I didn't charge crazy amount. Because it was a local place. You know, it wasn't like Starbucks. If Starbucks said, we need this for the new ad campaign, if it's something that's going to be shown around the world and they're going to make $1 gajillion off of it, I would probably charge them a percentage. I'd be like, well, this is your new campaign. I need 1% of all, whatever I don't know how the hell it works.
That's very clear. You're making that very evident.
I have no idea. I never commissioned anybody huge to do anything like, no one's ever commissioned me to do anything big like that. Whenever I've done any kind of art for someone, it's local places or like a family, wants me to do something on their kid's wall or something.
Let me just say, I think
years ago.
I think in the last 3 minutes you lost the Gates account. I'm just saying. I don't think he's gonna. You're convincing everybody how horrible of an artist you are, and I don't know why.
What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with how my.
You're like, I don't know. I've never done it. Meanwhile, I feel like I know of like 20 things that people have hired you to do art wise.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying I haven't been hired to do art. I have, but.
Do you think that Gates wouldn't trust you as much because you're wearing an elf Christmas shirt and it's May 19th?
No, I think it's this movie's good all year round, and I don't know why.
Lift that up a little bit for me. Is that really?
Yeah, it's the son of a nutcracker on it.
You can't wear that on May 19th.
Watch me. I can't. Look at this. It's happening.
He's wearing a Christmas shirt. It's May 19th. Frank's wearing a Christmas shirt.
It's a T-shirt. What do you want from it? It's a T-shirt.
My wife likes it, but
thank you.
That's
just because I never see you wear anything on any of your shirts. You always have a plain shirt on.
I do like a blank shirt. Yeah. Well, I wear
either that or like if you wear a dress shirt, it's like stripes and shit. But other than that, you never wear things.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm a very clean. I like a clean look. Yeah,
explain your face.
You shut up. You have your wardrobe is from Spencer Gifts, so we can't even you have every Simpsons, Star Wars.
I don't have that many Simpsons. I have a lot of Star Wars and Metallica. Those are the two big ones in terms of T-shirts.
Yes, agreed.
Simpsons. I don't even. If I have, I can't think of one that I have in terms of Simpsons.
I mean, this is absurd though. You got to keep the Christmas shirt. You can't.
What?
It's May 19th. You can't wear a Christmas. This is a huge podcast. I get if you're just wearing it in the house, but a lot of people see this. You didn't think twice about
you're talking about it, aren't you?
I got the Christmas. You doing this
mission
for a bit?
Accomplished.
I don't think you were doing this for a bit.
If I was wearing a regular shirt, you would have nothing to say.
I don't think this is a bit. I think you literally it was that shirt's turn in the batting order because you haven't done laundry in a while.
I've got a pile of T-shirts in the other room that I could have put on.
And why'd you wear that one? Were you feeling Christmassy today?
I saw Will Ferrell's face. It made me light up with joy. And I figured I'd, spread the love.
It drives me crazy when on January 7th, you flip through like HBO or Cinemax or something, and there's a Christmas movie on. It's like,
Why?
are you shitting me?
That's a great time to play. You know why?
Awful.
I feel like the Christmas season, I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this. The Christmas season shouldn't end on the day. It should fade out. Because I hate that abrupt, everything stops. On the 26th, there's nothing. You know, the lights go off, the music on the radio, all the Christmas stuff is gone. I hate that. We should fade it out gradually.
I'll agree for a couple, but you're right. It really into New Year's for the most part, and then people have little
January,
Christmas.
And I think January is the month where we need it the most. It's like such a depressing month.
It does stink. I hate January.
There's nothing going on in January.
Oh, I hate it.
And it's just winter and cold and depressing and dark.
January 23rd is the worst day of the year. That's the worst.
January 23rd.
Yeah, that's awful.
What happened on January 23rd?
Nothing of significance. It's just like kind of in the middle. You're like, God, is this still January? How long is
22nd is better?
It's awful, but not as awful. Once you hit the 23rd, then you could start, and you start looking up a little bit going, all right, maybe I'll get some good candy for Valentine's Day. When's Martin Luther King? Isn't that around the 18th or so?
Yeah, you get Martin Luther King in January.
Thank
but I'm
God.
talking like festive decorating, I feel like Christmas should go a couple more weeks. It shouldn't end on
That's
the 23rd.
crazy because it already starts now after Halloween.
I love it. It should be all year. It should be in May. That's why I'm wearing the shirt.
I'm with you. I like it too, but at a certain point, no. But you know what I think of when I see cable news showing cable channels showing Christmas movies like in February.
What do you think of?
You're too cheap to pay for this in the end of November or December. Because
you're thinking of it in a entertainer.
Yeah. Because what you pay for those movies in the heat of the time, the season, is a lot more than when you go, oh, I guess we'll just pay for it now. Why even put it on?
They get the ratings.
I don't think so.
You don't think The Grinch or Elf or anything like that makes money in January?
No. Nope. And you'll see that stuff in March. The other day I was flipping around and saw 4 Christmases. Will you stop it? It's like
now it's a little weird.
Summertime. Oh, so you'll acquiesce to the timing of the Christmas movies, but you can walk around with a Christmas shirt and it's okay.
I didn't say I'm against it. I said it's a little weird. Nothing wrong with weird.
All right. We have a drunk Matthew Perry coming up on the Friends reunion. That is still to come. But first, we got to hit January 6th.
Today,
January 6th commission.
Yeah.
Started today or was
enacted. They voted today. They approved it today. They approved the commission.
Who's they?
The House passed the bill to establish a commission.
The House of Representatives?
Investigate. Right.
Okay.
To investigate
the
January 6th Capitol attack.
They're real. That's a real thing. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is a real story.
This is a real thing.
Okay. So they're going. I'm sorry. I was too busy being a jerk. They're going to investigate what happened on January 6th.
Exactly. Now, it passed, but it just passed because it passed 252 to 175. 252 for 175 against, which is insane. Why 100% of the House of Representatives wouldn't want to investigate an attack on the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I mean,
I would love to know what the vote was on the 9/11 commission because this is the same thing, right? 9/11. They issued a 9/11 commission to investigate.
Right. It's actually a 9/11 style commission to investigate the assault, like who ran it, who put it together, everything. They want to investigate it in and out, But there were 35 Republicans. All the Democrats voted for it. 35 Republicans voted for it, and the rest did not.
So 35 Republicans voted for it.
Right. The rest of the Republicans voted
against
it.
Where was Liz Cheney in this, and who was upset with her today?
I don't know, but let me. I don't have the names of the people who.
Let me see if I understand this right, because it's hard to keep track of the scorecard.
She voted for it. She voted for it.
Of course, she voted for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
She refuses to say that she acknowledges that the election was legitimate, refuses to take Trump's side. They kick her out of a leadership position.
Yeah, but Matt Gaetz is still allowed to be
right.
Leadership position.
But now they have a vote to investigate the attack on the Capitol.
Right.
And 35 people go along with it. Now, are they in
35 Republicans?
35
and
Republicans.
All the Democrats.
Are they in hot water? Are people upset with them?
It's just happened today. I'm not sure if anybody has, come out. Any Republicans came out against them.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
I'm
sure they're going to keep quiet.
Somebody's going to have to explain the Liz Cheney thing to me, because even yesterday, who's the South Carolina guy? Lindsey Graham said that the election.
I can't with him.
But he said he believes the election. By the way, maybe I would have to go back and think about it. But if there was more than if this isn't the first time, it is a handful of times where I was like, Lindsey Graham nailed it, because he said, I would play it for you, but I don't care enough to go. You don't have to take my word for it. He said, I believe the election was legitimate and I have no problem with it. He said, but I think that Republicans need to focus on midterms and leave the 2020 election in the past, is what he said. And I thought,
yeah, everybody knows that. That's
appropriate. No, but that was an intelligent thing to say, which is a sad state of affairs when we have to highlight that.
When it's said in May, he could have said that as soon as the election was over, but no, everybody who initially thought the election's over, Biden won, Trump lost, gets no credit. But Lindsey Graham, 5 months later.
No, I'm not saying it for that. What I'm saying is somebody's going to have to explain to me why Liz Cheney.
Oh, Liz Cheney.
Liz Cheney. Why Liz Cheney is taking it on the chin, but Lindsey Graham could say the exact same thing, and then there's no real issue.
Because Liz Cheney called out Trump by name. Trump's baseless lies and all this stuff. Lindsey Graham would never. But no,
I think he said. I think he said Trump or the former president should let it go and focus on.
Yeah, but he should let it go. But he never said that Trump's lying and this is all,
Oh, I see. She really
or anything like that. She attacked, which is right. I agree with Lindsey.
Still
Liz
absurd,
Cheney
because if you say that it was a legit election and he's saying it's not a legit election, then he's clearly you believe he's not telling the truth.
Yeah, no, he says I'm willing to accept it. It's over, blah blah blah. But he never explicitly said Donald Trump is lying. He's not calling him out specifically. Yeah, it's implied.
Such semantics.
We
never did did we ever do the Trump conspiracy theory?
No.
We forgot to do it. Jesus, we'll have to do it next episode.
Yeah.
We'll do it next episode.
What's his face? The Tim Ryan is one of the guys in the House, and he's a Democrat, and he gave a speech.
I like them on The Office, Jim and Ryan. They were really good.
Very good. It's Tim Ryan.
Oh, sure. Sorry. Lost the connection for a second.
Good job. So he blasted the Republicans who voted against this thing.
He's a Republican or a Democrat?
He's a Democrat. But
okay.
He came up and he freaking let him have it. And I have the speech here that he gave, and it's spot on.
Okay.
In my opinion. So I'll play
it. Are you trying to make me look bad because I didn't play the Lindsey Graham speech?
No.
Okay.
But that's just the way it happens.
Okay. Go ahead.
You look bad, but I'm not trying.
I'm just saying. Right. 2 seconds ago, I was like, I'm not going to play it. Now here you come with this big, nice clip. All right.
That's up to. That's on you. That's
all right, yeah.
I had nothing to do with that. I didn't know there was a clip involved with Lindsey Graham. All right. So there's Tim Ryan. He's had enough. Here we go. Once I get to the stupid thing, of course, now I lose it. Here it is.
I want to thank the gentleman from New York and the other Republicans who are supporting this and thank them for their bipartisanship. To the other 90% of our friends on the other side of the aisle, holy cow. Incoherence. No idea what you're talking about. Benghazi, you guys chased the former Secretary of State all over the country, spent millions of dollars. We have people scaling the Capitol, hitting the Capitol Police with lead pipes across the head, and we can't get bipartisanship. What else has to happen in this country? Cops. This is a slap in the face to every rank and file cop in the United States. If we're going to take on China, if we're going to rebuild the country, if we're going to reverse climate change, we need two political parties in this country that are both living in reality, and you ain't one of them. I want to thank the...
That's it.
I got to tell you something. That's pretty good, you know?
It's spot friggin' on, man.
Well, the one thing I hate, and this is what both sides do this, they bring up shit from the past. It's like you really, you know, we've got to move forward at some point. At some point,
Yeah.
the shittiness that each one of you did to each other in the past, you got to leave it there. That's why I love the idea of just voting for all new people. Like, I don't care if the split remains 50-50. If you just get all new people in there who don't have these grudges that they've been holding for the last 20, 30 years, like Lindsey Graham and Nancy Pelosi, you know, do, things might move along a little better.
Yeah, term limits might be a good idea.
It might be a good idea. It kills. The thing is, it kills
But he's got a
fundraising.
point. Come on. I mean, when it was Hillary, it was let's drag this out.
I know, but they
and
all have a
investigate
point,
it.
so that's why I'll disqualify that right off the bat. But I mean, that being said, you know, I mean, it is this thing of there were two things that I agree with. One, it was a pretty major event that happened at the Capitol. There's really no reason it shouldn't be. This is
it's
almost
a crime. Why wouldn't the law branch of the government investigate a crime that happened on the government grounds?
Well,
why was that not an investigation automatically?
That's what I was going to say. The surprise to me was I thought this was already happening because I know they were arresting people.
They're arresting people, sure, for their individual acts, but they want to investigate the entire scope of the whole thing. It's because there might be more behind it, you know.
I mean, is it getting framed as they're trying to pin it on Trump? Is that what it is?
I don't know. If it's not Trump, great. If it's Trump, whatever.
Because
investigate it.
What's the reason why the Republicans would? And then here's the other thing too, because this is an excellent point. If you do say so yourself. You really had, like, aside from the elected officials, who came out of this unscathed, basically, the biggest group of people that took a beating that day, for lack of a better term, were the Capitol Police. And
beating, but I think one or I don't quote me on the numbers, but I think the one or two cops were killed, but the rest were civilian. I don't know
Well,
but
right.
there were like 7 deaths or something.
But I'm saying besides that, it was the police officers that were there left to do the work of defending the actual physical building.
Right, and then that's the point. Yeah, so they're not going to investigate.
And the Republicans are supposed to be the party of law and order, and typically the Republicans line up on the side of the police officers. Why the inconsistency here?
You imagine being a cop at that thing and you got your ass kicked and you're in the hospital, and the Senate's like, nah, we're not going to look into this. I would be ashamed. I'd be like, this means I mean nothing to you, the people who voted against it.
Yeah. And I got to tell you something too. The Capitol Police, the Secret Service, like you've been to Washington. Have you been to Washington recently?
No, not for a long time now.
When did we go to Washington? 19? When we were going down to North Carolina, we stopped at the Capitol at D.C. because I wanted to show the kids. You know, my son was too young, but it's kind of it's a halfway point. You take the break,
take some pictures,
show them the White House and all that kind of stuff. you go there, and I've been there before. It's a tense thing. I mean, you feel okay, but you're standing there, and there's armored tanks, or jeeps, I should say, not really tanks, but there's guys walking around with these huge guns. Like like these guys, and when you go there to visit, you feel safe. You don't feel like, but you're aware, like, okay, like this is a heated area situation. Like things can happen here. Like when you go to the supermarket, you don't feel that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. But when you go
things could happen anywhere. But your whole thing is that a lot of the capital of America is definitely a place where you feel the
something could happen,
gravitas
at any moment, right? The gravitas of the situation. So that's my point. Is like these people, these men and women, they're there every friggin' day. Like this is their reality. They just walk into this where they're patrolling, and they're always on guard, and terrorism and other countries and just some wacko who's going to start,
guard is up constantly there.
all the time. So yeah, it is kind of shitty that your own representatives won't.
The people you're protecting, the people that you're blocking the protesters from getting to.
Yeah. I would love to know their reasoning why. I
would love to.
Do they think it's a waste of time? Is it because all the other investigations in Russia and all, like it all basically resulted in kind of almost nothing?
So what does that mean? We're not going to investigate anything ever again?
You're right.
Got to, especially, if it happened on where they were sitting, people invaded the Capitol building, and you don't want to look into that. If someone invaded, God forbid, invaded the White House at any time, ran in there with a weapon, that wouldn't be investigated? They'd be all over that.
Yeah, but would it be, I think there's a difference. It would be investigated, but would it be a Senate commission, a House commission?
All right, if 10 guys ran into the White House with weapons and started, doing whatever, they would investigate that. They would investigate the hell out of it.
Because
what's the difference here?
Also, similar to 9/11, didn't you we had this foolish American pride that was destroyed on 9/11, where didn't you always kind of feel like if anything were to come close to the White House, the Pentagon, whatever, that there would be some weird we were untouchable, that there would be like these guns or whatever that would take down any threat, and there would be, or there's that secret government whatever it is, force fields or whatever crazy things we dream up and see in movies,
Yeah, of course. We felt untouchable before then. Absolutely.
Yeah, and similar to this, where it's kind of like, how did they all get in there, and how did this get to a point where they were literally just wandering through the hallways? It's kind of crazy when you think it. That should not happen,
right?
You know what I mean? Because in this particular case, okay, maybe it was just a bunch of crazy Americans, but next time, who the hell knows what it could be?
Yeah. So again, why wouldn't you want to get to the bottom of something like that? It's a terrorist attack. Why wouldn't you want to get to the bottom of it?
I wholeheartedly agree. I see no reason why there shouldn't be some.
It's unbelievable. I don't care who walked in that. You're walking in as a threat. You're gonna.
Well, look. Again, I'm on the record for saying that was one of my big disappointments in President Trump. That how he handled that so poorly, and we love you and all that shit. Like,
the hell out of
absurd, here. Just absolutely, completely absurd, and a complete lack of responsibility.
God forbid he has some balls and says something negative against his own supporters.
But I feel like
they do something fucked up.
I said the same thing with Maxine Waters. Like, I feel like I'm criticizing these people constantly for just being so wrapped up in this right versus left war that they forget about us. They forget about the people that they're supposed to be representing. You know who I haven't forgotten about, Frank? That's my man, Matthew Perry.
You haven't forgotten about him?
I've never forgotten about him ever.
Have you just been reminded about him because of this Friends reunion?
Could I be forgetting about him any less? I don't think so. Yeah, Friends reunion, which is coming up. They dropped the trailer today, and they did a bunch of press, and it was kind of like the trailer became the press, or the press interviews became the trailer, because I think people are going to be disappointed. This is just a roundtable.
It's not a show. They're not doing an episode.
I don't think they're doing an episode. I think they're just sitting around a table, like.
Oh, and like just chatting about, like reminiscing about the show?
Yeah, I think so. I think they might be doing some other like little things here and there too, but that's basically it. It's not like they're going to be like on the set.
That's kind of a tease, no?
May 27th. So get your Christmas decorations ready, because that's prime Christmas season.
If you think my tree's not going up, then you got another thing. I'm telling you, I'm going to start setting up right after Halloween.
Yeah. So Perry, so they were all, so basically what it was they were Skyping in interviews from journalists, and they had the three guys answering questions, and then they would cut to another scene, and the other scene was the three girls answering questions, and Matthew Perry was hammered drunk.
Yikes.
Hammered drunk. And I can't believe this is not a bigger story than it actually is.
Now, are you sure he was drunk, or was he just trying to be, I mean, this is just him with no direction from the show. Is this just him being himself, or he's drunk?
No.
Was there a clip? Can you show it?
I got clips. I got viewable and audio clips to share with you guys. And I'll play two of them. I'll play the two big ones. By the way, everybody speaks a lot except for him. So you could tell they edited around him. Mm-hmm. And they still put this in because I guess they probably thought, well, if we don't put this in, you
gotta have some Matthew Perry in there.
Yeah, he can't just be sitting there not saying anything at all, But he looks hammered. And who's Joey? What's his name?
Oh,
LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
LeBlanc just looks uncomfortable as all hell. This is a visual for the people listening. I apologize. And here you go.
We always wanted to hang, and that made 10 years incredible.
Wow, that's an interesting question. I think over the years we've all struggled with different obstacles and challenges, and I think in those times it's been nice to be able to reach out and touch base and have a call. And I mean, I'm speaking for myself because I'm the only one that doesn't live in California. I live in New York. So that's been nice.
While being a really close-knit group, we don't see each other, all six of us, a lot.
We've only been together once.
I mean, come on.
Ooh.
That didn't look a little sloshy to you?
Yeah, the a lot was a lot.
A lot.
A couple of extra L's in there.
Yeah. That's not even the worst of it. So they were talking about.
So that's the whole reunion. It's not going to be I thought they were going to have like an episode.
Well, no, I think the actual reunion is going to be the six of them sitting around on the set and talking.
Oh, it's going to be the actual set. They're going to put.
Well, yeah, I think they're going to be on set, but they're not. It's not going to be like they're going to be in character doing a script.
Right. No. That's what we want.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be a reunion episode.
Yeah, no, it's just a reunion. It's not like a.
I say like what happened 20 years later.
Yeah, you're not going to advance. They're not advancing the story at all.
That's bogus.
It kind of is.
So what are they going to tell us that we don't already know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of gonna be basically like more of this, So then they were talking about things that they took from the set, like what each one of them wound up taking from the show. And Lisa Kudrow says, I got a clock. The clock cookie jar was her thing. And Matthew Perry took it for her. So she says a little something. And then Slurry Perry comes in and says like his whole part of it. And it's not take a listen.
He asked
Yeah, wait, let me get it up, queued up for you.
Oh, okay.
From Matthew gave it.
Harry. Oh, sweet. What he stole it.
He asked permission.
Okay.
I stole the cookie jar that had the clock on it, and I gave it to Lisa Kudrow because she, one point, looked at it and thought it was a real clock, and I gave it to her.
I didn't take anything, did I?
Whoa.
Did you hear that?
Yikes.
I stole the cookie jar clock.
He sounds like he's like the video is at half speed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of sad. I hope he's all right, not just like partying, and that was like after a party.
He's hammered drunk. What was that? Not Step Brothers. What's the one? Talladega Nights. Remember Talladega Nights when John C. Reilly, when they're at the dinner table and he's picturing Jesus and he's like, I'm wearing my tuxedo T-shirt and I'm hammered drunk. That's exactly what this feels like to me right here.
Yeah, he's definitely drunk. I mean, that's a given. I can't unless he had suffered some kind of stroke or something. He sounds like he's just slurring everything, and it's weird.
Well, that just shows you how bad the situation is. Where we're sitting there going, I hope he's having a stroke, because if he's not, he's in a lot of trouble. I definitely
hope he's not having a stroke, but I hope he's not like drinking a lot, like he's an alcoholic. I hope he's just, maybe it was a celebration, maybe it was a party before they filmed stuff, which is a bad idea.
Well, he's got a history of addiction.
Yeah,
long history of
addiction.
I
thought he was past some of that. I thought that was behind him.
Yeah, but remember last week the TikTok girl that got all famous because Matthew Perry hit on her and asked to FaceTime with her off of that Raya? Remember that?
Yeah, right.
We're only a week and a half or so removed from that. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but this wasn't filmed yesterday.
Oh, these interviews? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably, maybe it was filmed right at the time that was all happening. Who knows?
Maybe. But yeah, I was hoping. See, what is it? A half an hour?
What, the actual special?
Yeah.
No, I think it's gonna be it's on HBO Max.
All right. I mean, it's gonna get the ratings. Everybody's gonna watch it.
I'm gonna tune in. I'm curious to see what they say. And I'm not a huge fan by any stretch of the meaning.
I can't imagine. I mean, what could they say? They're just gonna talk about their character. Oh, Ross was this nerdy guy, and I remember playing him. It was so much fun, and this and that. And I mean, unless there's like inside stuff that we don't know about already, I can't imagine I can't imagine it being too exciting. I mean, I loved it back then. Now it's kind of, for me, Friends is kind of, it's a dated show for me.
Oh yeah, all the way.
It's something, it's not, for me, it's not rewatchable. I'm sure everybody can, there are a lot of people that can rewatch it, but for me, I could rewatch Seinfeld way more than I could rewatch Friends.
Yeah, because for Seinfeld has there's a genius in the material.
Yeah, it's timeless. Even though they weren't using cell phones too much. They were barely on the computer. It was still a timeless show.
Yeah,
I feel. It's like The Honeymooners. Yeah, it's an old show. It's black and white. There's no modern technology.
All right,
you
now
can watch it anytime.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia here because I was pretty sure that they were saying it was just like, it wasn't like an actual scripted episode. They say they already filmed it. It was filmed on the Warner Brothers stage in Burbank.
Yeah, it's all filmed. And when is it coming out?
Filming of the 27th, 21st
of this month.
Yes, May 27th. It was supposed to come out May 27th, 2020, and it got pushed back because of COVID. They're saying the filming of the reunion began in April of 2021. The filming of the special was delayed twice, blah, 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 blah. The episode was filmed in front of a live audience of mostly union extras, COVID screened and hired for the gig.
An episode?
Yeah, they're saying an episode. Hold on a second here. Let's bring our Friends expert into the fold here. I'm embarrassed to call her my friend, but she knows a lot about Friends. That's Jay Sabs. What's up, Jay Sabs?
Low blow.
Well, so I watched the 2-minute trailer, I guess.
That's what we were just talking about.
I feel really bad for Matthew Perry.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
what we were
drunk,
talking
right?
about.
That's what we were just saying. He was hammered.
I don't think that he was hammered.
He
I
was
think
high?
that
Was it drugs?
yeah,
you
he's
think?
on, or he had a stroke.
See, that's what I was saying. It sounded like he's just slurring his words. It
Yeah.
seems different than drunk. Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Maybe it is alcohol, but I don't know. Something about it just seemed very like he's just he's running at half speed. It was
Yeah,
weird.
I think. I mean, he's had trouble with drugs before in his life.
Right.
And then he was hospitalized in 2018, and he was in the hospital for like a few months. Maybe that has something to do with it, or
That could be it. Maybe he's not
I
drunk
just
and it's
feel
just yeah, something happened, with that, and it could be just the way he talks now.
Yeah, but also,
feel bad.
don't hit on 19-year-olds online. Like, find
Right.
somebody your age and grow old with them.
Decent point.
Fuck is your
Well,
problem?
That's a good point, I guess.
Yeah. So
I can't
anyway,
wait for this.
I guess they play so they're gonna play a game like they played the quiz game on the show.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a part of it, and then they're gonna be just sitting around talking about the show. Yeah, it's not an actual episode.
See, I thought they were gonna do an episode. They
Me
were gonna
too.
do like a reunion, like
But
updated.
wouldn't that be depressing? Like, oh my God, Joey, you got so fat and gray. Like, I don't know if that would be what people would want it to be.
No, it would be whatever, Ross and Rachel have a kid or whatever. The kids are grown up. It's
Right.
20 years later. Monica's, I don't even know how the hell the other storylines ended, but Monica's doing whatever the hell she's doing. Phoebe's, got an album out or whatever. I don't know.
All right, hold on. Jay Sams has a
Cat.
one-eyed cat. Is that a devil cat?
No, there's no one. Oh, yeah, right.
He was showing one eye a second ago.
See, cats
No,
are
he-
the guardians of hell. So
Is
Yeah,
that
well, I
right?
agree.
in Egyptian culture.
Yeah.
The more and more I take part in this
Well, look at-
podcast, the more I think
Look
Jessica
at my
was
arms
right.
and legs.
See, and the fact that you have an air conditioner behind you, trying to condition
Where are you?
us into believing
you-
certain
I know. I'm in a
things.
different spot tonight because someone else is studying downstairs, and it's on the big screen, and I was like, I don't know if you guys could hear that in the background, so I was like, let me just move this to my kitchen, and it's very annoying.
I thought you were going to say somebody else is doing a podcast in your spot. I was going to be like, who's that?
Kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Who is that?
Can we get them on this show?
Right.
There was supposedly a royal diss today. I feel like this is all kind of out of control. Princess Beatrice. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't even know who that is.
Neither do I.
What is this cat doing?
Which country is this?
This is the UK.
There's a Princess Beatrice.
There's a Princess Beatrice.
Okie
That is
doke.
like the worst name ever. Sorry, people named
No.
Beatrice.
What?
Yeah, that's a bad
call
name.
her B.
That's,
In Eugenia?
no,
Oh.
that's a bad name.
Who is she?
It's Beatrice sounds like she has a smelly twat.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was listening to my wife, but I did kind of barely hear
Did you
smelly
did you catch
twat.
that one?
Yeah, I don't know who's got a.
yeah. Apparently, people named Beatrice.
Who do you think said smell it? Who do you think said Frank said it? Anyway,
Yes, it was
sorry,
me.
filling my wife in. Anyway,
That's what she said.
this is Andrew's daughter. So
Oh God, she exactly. She definitely has a smelly twat.
tough couple years for dad. Anyway, she announced that she's pregnant, and that would normally be a wonderful thing, and of course it's still a wonderful thing. But she waited to announce it today, which is the 3rd wedding anniversary of Harry and Meghan.
Oh,
So
Is that a
people-
diss? Is that a that's
yeah,
a diss?
people are speculating now that they waited specifically for this day.
Third anniversary.
here.
That's not like a huge. Is that a
It's
huge thing?
Yeah, it's not, but it's kind of like you could.
Did anybody else know it was their anniversary?
The tabloids
That's true.
did.
Yeah, but like, okay,
She could have done this tomorrow. She could have done it
yeah,
yesterday.
exactly.
I guess.
She waited till today.
She probably didn't even realize it was their anniversary. Who the hell knew it was their anniversary?
I don't know. Ironically enough, she made the announcement in an Elf Christmas shirt. So it's really
Wow. She's classy, isn't
That's
she?
good. That's
Yeah.
good stuff. I don't think Janine caught on to that.
He's
No, I
wearing
didn't hear you say
he's
that.
wearing a fucking elf T-shirt. It's May 19th, whatever. He's wearing a Christmas shirt in May.
Well,
Huh.
let me ask you, Frank. Let me ask you a very, very important question.
Code. It's not important.
Do you have winter T-shirts as opposed to summer and spring T-shirts?
I have T-shirts, and they're all year round. All my
Okay.
T-shirts are all year round.
Okay. I
have
only
winter
ask
clothes
those-
and summer clothes, but T-shirts are all year round because I wear them
Yeah.
in the house all the time. I'm not going to wear a sweater in the house.
My husband has some winter T-shirts and then also some summer and spring T-shirts. And I only asked that because today I was switching them for him. And one of them is a National Lampoon's T-shirt.
Christmas one.
Yes. And that
Yeah.
went upstairs.
See, I have
So,
that too.
We don't keep that out.
But I only have like maybe 2 or 3 wintry type T-shirts. I'm not going to switch them out. They're just in the
you should.
rotation. I'm going to
should,
switch
because-
out 2 or 3 T-shirts.
Yes, because I'll tell you why.
It's not even worth it.
You keep putting it in the bottom of the pile. I know.
No, I keep wearing
You take it out. Oh, well.
them. I wear
Sorry.
them. I don't put them at the bottom of the pile.
I gotta
Okay.
tell you,
They're in my rotation.
I usually like to be on your husband's side, Janine, as opposed to yours, but I'm on your side on this one. He should not have summer and winter wardrobe. That's ridiculous.
No,
Really?
you should have summer and winter clothes.
No, not a guy. Look, you go from
Yes.
pants, you go from
No.
pants to shorts, but to
No.
have summer T-shirts and winter T-shirts, like
T-shirts,
mean
I don't agree
T-shirts.
with.
maybe like
T-shirts are all year round.
yeah, but isn't that what you said? He has winter T-shirts and summer T-shirts.
Yeah, he's a few like winter themed T-shirts. So
But you said that you're against wardrobe, winter and summer wardrobes.
Yeah, but not like shorts. Like I'm saying, you everybody pulls out the shorts during the summertime, puts them away during the winter time.
Yeah, guys have
do
winter
you
clothes
mean
and
just
summer clothes.
do you mean just T-shirts?
I thought you meant he's got like here's his 30 summer T-shirts and here's his 30 winter T-shirts.
That's what she means.
The winter T-shirts are much smaller. So like there's not that many winter T-shirts as there is summer T-shirts.
Is there
But
more
they're
than
winter
3?
themed.
Say that again.
Is there more than 3 and are they winter themed?
There's about I think I put 3 or 4 upstairs today.
they're
Oh,
winter
And yes, they
themed?
are. And
Okay.
2 of them are Christmas ones. So he's not
See-
going to wear it. He's not going to wear it.
I just keep all my T-shirts in one spot because I wear them all year round. I'm not gonna go, and then I gotta go upstairs and get them for the winter. They're just there. They're there. Why would I get them?
Oh, but here's the thing. No. Here's the thing, though.
fucking guy.
What? It's 3
Here's the
T-shirts.
thing.
I'm gonna.
I have to go upstairs and get them once a year. Like
So you're
that's
Why would I
telling me-
separate them? They're all T-shirts.
Frank,
Who cares?
you don't have winter clothes that you keep away and then
Yes, I
summer
do.
stuff. Okay,
Yes,
so
I
then
do. But T-shirts are all year round for me.
not one that you're wearing
obviously,
right now.
Yeah, exactly. See that one? I don't think I would wear it now. I'd wear it around Christmas. Maybe for
Oh.
Christmas in July. That's pushing
You're
it.
just not as fun as I am. That's all I'm. That's
Well,
my
are you wearing your
point.
Skechers shoes too?
I'm not wearing anything below this shirt.
Okay, you don't want to start the ladies
No,
start
that's
DJing.
not true.
Sexy.
wearing-
You
I'm wearing
covering it up
pants.
with a pillow?
No.
No.
Free balling, baby.
I thought you were keeping the whole Frankie Minaj thing alive.
Frankie Minaj thing is something that will live on in infamy. I don't have to keep repeating it. It's something that happened that will just keep in everybody's mind fresh.
I know it's been in my nightmares, and I know that.
My job is done. Mission accomplished again.
People are still loving the Frankie Minaj. Still getting comments.
I saw someone comment that it should be on a T-shirt.
That's right.
Oh God.
It might be an expensive T-shirt.
The
though.
silhouette. The silhouette. Oh, how about that?
A
A
silhouette,
silhouette of me.
maybe.
It would look weird because it would
Yeah.
be like a head with pillow.
But you know how you can know it's you? Draw a big S on the side of your shoe.
That's true. They'll be like, "Oh, those Skechers. That must be Frankie C.
And the little sink thing on the side.
That must be Frankie Minaj."
Oh God.
It was freeing and empowering. So
but back to the thing, like what would be the harm if you're moving winter and summer inventory around?
God.
What would be the
Here we
harm
go.
of just throwing that shirt on the pile of the winter stuff?
Because if it's not right there, I'm not gonna go looking for my 3 T-shirts and go, I gotta find them and put them with the winter stuff. They're just mixed in with my T-shirts.
But don't you think it devalues
No.
how special it is when you wear it in November and December?
It's still special.
Yeah, it's different because you know what? I have certain like holiday T-shirts that I'm not going to wear now. I put them away. There's no way. And actually,
Again.
after Christmas is over, I put them away.
Again, you're not as fun.
No, I guess not.
Winter, Christmas, and May.
Mrs. Christmas over here.
Are you Mrs. Christmas?
Yes,
Favorite holiday?
yes, it is.
All right.
I go
See, why
crazy.
wouldn't you
I go
wanna-
crazies.
Why wouldn't you want to enjoy a nice Christmas T-shirt in May?
Nah, that's like
Ruins
no,
it.
it's killing it. If
Yeah.
you're gonna
No,
do
it's a
it, you do
t-shirt.
Christmas in July, and that's it.
For
You
what day?
can't. You
I was like, I gotta
can't.
wait 2 months and then I could wear this.
Maybe you're pushing it.
You're
I wear
pushing
what I
it.
want when I want.
We lost Paul Mooney today. Maybe the worst.
R.I.P.
Yeah, we lost Charles Grodin yesterday, I think.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes,
Rest in
Charles
peace.
Grodin.
Who is this?
Comedian Paul Mooney. Do you know who Charles Grodin is? Please tell me you know who Charles Grodin is.
No.
You ever see the Beethoven movies?
Yes.
The dad in Beethoven. Paul Mooney is a comedian.
See, here's my problem, Frank. I know people, I just don't
The
know
names.
their names.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, he was in a lot of
You have that's
movies in the 70s.
I call that Spotify syndrome. Like
Yeah, it's true.
I love I'll listen to new music from my favorite bands and I won't know it as good as when I used to pop in the CD and I'd have to look at the track and see what it was to
Yes.
get to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now that I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a good song, but I won't know the name of the song. But I
Yep.
know like the words and I know everything about it. I just won't. Same thing with TikTok. Like you hear these songs and you're like, oh, that's a good song, but you don't look to see
Know
who it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's different. If you
Exactly.
like the song, you look at it. You look it up.
I heard Megan Thee Stallion at least 4,000 times before I associated one of her songs with her.
We'll
That's
see.
weird. See, that's not good.
That's
You gotta pay attention.
I would just be like, oh, that's a
Pacification
good.
of America.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway, Paul Mooney is legendary, and he's one of those comedians that doesn't get the proper credit for all that he did. He was very, very funny. And, the thing is everybody, loves Richard Pryor. And I love Pryor too. He was a genius. But a lot of people don't even know that Paul Mooney wrote with Richard Pryor all the time. He helped write a lot of
I didn't know.
his stand-up material and his television shows and all the things that he was hilarious in.
Yeah,
See?
he's a
How would
he's a
I
big
know?
background guy, but a comedian nonetheless.
But
But he was in some things, but not
yes.
a lot.
Not a lot of stuff himself, but a hilarious comedian, an absolutely hilarious comedian. And you look at like Chappelle and Chris Rock and a lot of the big, huge black comics today, and they'll all credit Mooney. They'll all give him his
really?
due, but they're
Okay.
like the only ones who do. But everybody else will bend to Pryor, which I got no problem with Pryor. I'm just saying, like he doesn't get the credit for writing
Yeah.
a lot of the most funniest moments of Pryor's whole comic life. He doesn't get the credit for that, and he did a shit ton of stuff.
R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
Yeah, definitely gonna be missed. I could sit here and rattle through all my favorite stuff. He was on Chappelle's show. He did a skit on Chappelle's show because Chappelle wanted to get all his like heroes in there and everything, and one of the absolute greats, and he never got all his due that he deserved. So rest in peace, Paul Mooney. Do we have a Dunkin' Donuts update from you, Jay Sams?
A small one.
Okay, small one. We'll do it right after Snooper Bowl, which is what I'm calling it, because Snoop Dogg just did an interview where he said that he should be playing, not I deserve, not I would like to, not I think it's a good idea. He said, I should be this upcoming halftime show.
He's right. Come on, how hilarious would that be?
He's 1,000,000,000% right, because they're doing it in LA in the new Chargers Stadium, which is
okay. So then, come on,
which is Inglewood, which is like, I think that's where he grew up, if I'm not mistaken. And I've talked about this a whole bunch over the course. I can't remember if I did it on this show or other radio show, but I love when they have an act from the city that they're in.
Yeah.
You know, like when they did San Francisco, I think, didn't they have Metallica do the Star Spangled Banner? Or the night before?
That was at a baseball game.
Well, they've done that, but when they played where the 49ers play, they had Metallica do the night before or something. Metallica should have done the halftime show that year.
Agreed. Yeah, they didn't get asked, and they played. No. They did a night before the Super Bowl concert in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Nah.
I didn't see that coming, by the way. You agreeing with me on that statement, Frank? That was shocking.
What?
Well, you have to step back for a minute there.
Yeah, let me take a sip of water here to collect myself.
That they should have done the Super Bowl?
You agreed
Metallica
with that? Yeah.
Should have played the Super Bowl by now?
It's hard because they're...
I mean, it's a style of music that not every...
Right.
It's a different style, but I'm sure you play Enter Sandman and Master Puppets, people will know them.
So anyway, Inglewood, California, and by the way, in the interview, Snoop Dogg referred to himself as the Black Forrest Gump. Isn't that not the most hilarious thing?
The Black Forest Gump.
I love it.
He goes,
That's hysterical.
He goes, I'm the Black Forest Gump. Like, you look at all these big moments in American history, and I'm there.
He's just there. He's a snapshot, and he's in the background.
It's so true, though. He's like in everything. He's been a part of everything over the course of these years.
That's really funny.
Anyway, he said he should do it, and it should be produced by Dr. Dre. And this is what he said: I'm available. Dre's available. Eminem's available. Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent, whoever Dr. Dre wants to pull out of his hat to make this thing a professional.
That'd be an awesome show.
Yeah,
that would be really cool if they got all of them together. That'd be great.
Dude, the Inglewood, West Coast, that whole thing, Snoop Dogg and NWA, and
hysterical
would be the best. And who are we probably going to wind up getting? Fucking BTS or
Meghan Trainor?
Oh God, awful.
I mean, a break. Come on, we need some legends out there, man.
Was it Maroon 5? Do you like Maroon 5, Janine, or is that Frank's sister-in-law? I can't remember.
That's Frank's sister-in-law who likes them.
Disgusting. Awful. That was such a shitty halftime show.
I don't even remember it. That's how shitty it was.
It fucking
I don't remember it.
I'd rather watch when they used to have like marching bands.
Yeah.
Have it like in the first dozen or so Super Bowls. It was just local marching bands. I'd rather see that.
Sounds better.
And listen, if you're a fan of Maroon 5, that's okay. I mean, I have a lower opinion of you, but that's just fine. Who the hell am I? But that's supermarket rock and belongs nowhere in the mix of a Super Bowl halftime show.
Well, that's the thing. They want to stay as generic, and so that everybody because if you put metal or rap, you're gonna turn away, half your audience or whatever, people that don't like it.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like these guys, like Dre and Snoop Dogg, they transcend.
Yeah, they have a lot of universal stuff.
They're way crossed over at this point. Yeah, everybody, even the most ardent classic rock fan,
they'd have to do their classics. They can't,
Yeah, of course.
They have to do that with stuff they're known for.
Ice Cube, get the whole
drop it like it's hot.
Get the whole thing in there. It'd be phenomenal.
Snoop can carry the whole thing himself if he wanted to, but if they brought other people in,
well, that's weird. You don't need Kendrick Lamar, Eminem. Like, you don't need all the youngins. Like, you could literally keep it to the classic hip hop people.
Okay, Eminem's not really young anymore.
He's like,
true.
Is he like 50?
He's in his 40s, I think.
Late 40s, maybe.
Barely 40.
God. What happened to my life?
It's flying by, man.
What did you? I forgot to include that. Janine sent me this thing. We should have talked. We'll talk about it now while we're talking about music. The Lollapalooza lineup.
Oh my God! I
And
would
I'm-
love to go to this.
I'm reading this though. Oh, but come on. I'm reading this and I go, okay, Foo Fighters, great. Post Malone, headliner, absolutely. Limp Bizkit is the third fucking
Yes.
headliner on Lollapalooza.
They're coming back. They're coming back.
They're coming back. I don't know. Are they coming back?
Get out of here. Sorry. Oh, you bitch.
That's good.
Cat, is that the cat issue you're having there?
Yeah, he's trying to get me.
Careful, Janine Peta.
See, this I want to go to.
You see him?
No.
No,
Yeah.
I can't see him.
Okay.
Louder. What is it? Louder Than Life is the thing that a lot of '90s rock bands are going to be doing. Metallica, of course. Nine Inch Nails, Korn.
Wait, this is a 90s thing? So are they actually
No.
performing music or are they just sitting around the stage talking about how they used to perform music?
Right? Yeah, it's going to be in front of a live studio audience. But a lot, I don't like when they get to these bands you never heard of, but like you got a lot of good Jane's Addiction, Stained, Cypress Hill, Snoop Dogg, Machine
See?
Gun
Come
Kelly,
on.
Judas Priest, Mudvayne,
on.
Seether. A lot of people are going to be at this thing. It's a 4-day festival.
I'm gonna
love
have to
go
try to
that.
figure it out. I'm gonna try to have to.
That's
figure
not
it out.
Lollapalooza. That's Louder Than Life Festival.
I just feel like
Get the.
it's going to be it's going to be
Your cat? What is he doing?
Because I'm not paying attention to him. That's why.
Oh, is that right?
You
Yeah.
can pick him up and hold him like you're a
Yeah.
Bond villain.
I think
That's
a lot
fine.
of people wanted to travel to go see shows this year because in some cases you have to because I don't know if we're having huge concerts in New York, but travel is expensive. All the
Well, it's going to be a huge rush for it now.
yeah, massive rush. Flights,
Yeah,
hotels,
exactly.
through the roof, all of them. Dave Matthews, they're working on a new album.
I saw
Yes.
Broke the news the other day.
that. I know, Frank. I mean, Fam is like so excited about this. I could tell.
Most popular blog on anthonyonair.com by a mile. It really
Sure.
By a
was.
mile.
I'm sure they wear that badge proudly.
Yeah, it was through the roof. I was excited to see they're getting a string section, a whole orchestra, and they're working on it, whatever. But I was looking at their tour schedule, and they're playing. This is the weirdest thing. They're playing a festival in Wisconsin. They're headlining one night, Dave Matthews Band, and you know who's headlining the other night? The Jonas Brothers.
No.
Oh God!
How much does that not fit together?
Unless it's
How
like
is that even possible?
I think it's the Dave Matthews fans bring their kids, so that it's something for the parents and for the kids.
Yeah.
So the parents go to see Dave Matthews, the kids go to see the Jonas Brothers, and everyone's happy.
I don't know. I was talking to a 24-year-old yesterday, the day before, or last week, and I was like, "Oh, you like Dave Matthews?" And she's like, "Man, not really." And I was like, "Oh, it's like usually when people don't like Dave Matthews, it's
God,
because
here we
they're
go.
the fans are they're like, oh, the fans are so skeevy and annoying," which I can appreciate. I can understand that.
Damn.
Her reason was she goes, "No, I don't like him because my parents played them so much." I was like, I feel so fucking old right now.
Oh my God. Okay, goodbye.
24-year-old's parents played them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
My parents played them too much was the reason why she didn't like the band that I loved more than anything. That
As
hurt.
she said that, like 10 more gray hairs just flew right.
Where is she
Yeah.
buried? Where is she buried right
No,
now?
I didn't. I just cried. I just cried in front of her.
Your back
right back.
your back gave out,
Yeah.
and that was it. I was like, oh, I'm old now.
I got
I'll lie
another.
down.
I got a new arthritis pain. It was ridiculous.
It's bad.
I went into
Yeah.
my wallet because I had to leave a tip, and all of a sudden there was an AARP
That's what
card
she
in
said.
there. It was so
Oh
weird.
God, no.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, it was a hard thing.
Teeth fell out.
It was a hard thing to do. Anyway, Dunkin' Donuts. Let's get an update here, Jay Sabs. You're taking on the big corporate bigwigs.
Well, I think it's funny that after the show, I got an email from his name is Carlos. Very nice. He
Really?
explained to me that each franchise has their own pricing, which I knew because
Is that right?
that is right, and that's pretty much correct for a lot of them. McDonald's.
That makes sense because if you're at McDonald's in New York City as opposed to a McDonald's in the middle of
but
nowhere.
I was just about
Yeah.
to say that it was only the that prices are uniform throughout the whole country except for New York City. It was always 50%,
Exactly.
50 cents more.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
apparently it's not though. It's all different everywhere. It could be,
So
you know,
right. So I guess the deal is you kind of tell them you know, here's what someone else pays. You can charge whatever really that you want, which I get. I said this to him. I get that each franchise can charge whatever that they want. My problem is that when I put the order in on the app, there is no charge for an extra pumps.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be there or any other location in my surrounding towns. So I was like, so how can you explain that to me?
well, is it that the app acts as its own
No,
not franchise, but it's
No.
the umbrella?
no,
Okay, what did he say?
he didn't answer me yet. Look at this fucking cat.
Yeah,
He didn't answer me
I
yet.
think Carlos is lying to you.
Yeah, I think he.
I think it makes
didn't-
sense because
But what he-
the app has to be universal for every store, but
That's not true
it's not
because
true.
you order from the location,
Oh, you're right. That's true.
so I can order from any location, and it doesn't matter the amount of pumps I put in. They're not charging me extra. She's only charging me extra if I come in the store. So what he said
Right.
was,
It's a lot of
He's-
that's what she
he-
said jokes in here that we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
ignoring.
But the store does not control the app.
but they could put their pricing in on the app. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're saying that when you went to go order at this store and you added more pumps, there was not more. It wasn't a price increase.
No.
Yeah, I think I've not seen a bigger scandal since Watergate, to be honest with you.
And
up there.
he said he's going to forward my concerns to the store, and I said thank you very much. But I
gonna do-
replied back to him.
That's going to do nothing.
I replied back to him. I just want to let you know I understand that each store has their own, pricing, but it doesn't matter. Like Carlos, are you getting what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
she legit just charged me whatever she wants. Like she could be doing this to other customers. You never know.
You should have told Carlos that you got the pain in the ass tax. You got Karen taxed.
Yeah, exactly. Next
So here she
time.
comes. Extra
Yeah.
30 cents. Boom.
By the way,
Right.
they're gonna read this email. They're gonna be like, "Could you believe this, Karen? Look what she did. Look, she went to corporate, and we got an email from them now."
They're going to charge you for a straw. They're going to charge you now for one of those warm holder thing, the cup holder things.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to start charging you for everything.
You think they have my picture in the store? Like,
That's a definite.
Oh yeah.
okay, thanks.
They
See,
printed
this
it
is
out
what-
from the security cam.
Don't even go in there and ask for a cup tray. You forget it.
No,
Oh, man, that's $5.
Easy $5.
But you know what I want to do? Like I said before, I want to go in there. I want to ask for that coffee. I want to ask for 5 pumps. And when she tells me it's extra, I'm going to be like, well, actually, not according to the app.
You
So
want
Do you
to
want me to just to order it on the app or?
Do it. Why haven't you done that yet?
you want to
I want
Costanza
to-
style go in there and test this
Yeah.
out.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Pull a jerk store on it.
I have to for my own conscience.
I gotta say, I feel like you owe it to the audience who has been religiously following this saga for the last couple of episodes.
I say you go in there with what are those cameras?
GoPro.
The GoPro.
And you film the whole thing, the whole interaction.
The show has a GoPro. We can give it to you.
The
Well,
official
I-
AOA GoPro
Yeah. I mean, sure, it's 8 years old, but it still works,
functions.
I guess.
That's what she said.
Sue M had a great comment. She said, "I'm a grown adult woman. Don't judge me harshly, but I'm so enthralled with J-Sab's feud with Dunkin' Donuts and their mean-spirited attitude to caramel pumps. I'm all I'm waiting for now is her reply to her email." Is
Thank
her
you.
reply to her
Thank you,
email.
Sue.
And you got a lot of support out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of support.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, people get it. Like people get it. Okay,
Yeah, it's a weird nickel and diming thing.
it's
they're
a
just trying to
weird
get
thing.
you. They're trying to get you for nickels and dimes here, and it's
Right.
Now, was it 30 cents per pump? Like if you wanted 5 pumps, is that going to cost you
No.
$1.80?
It's just
So you just said a little
There-
extra. You didn't say the number of pumps.
no.
Right.
I just said a little extra caramel. That's all I said. And it was like I said, again, I couldn't really tell. To me, it didn't look like 4 full pumps at first either.
It was just a little
So-
tap, tap, tap.
Exact tap, tap, tap in. That's it. Okay.
Just tap it in.
So if she say she did 5 pumps and they're short ones, that's like barely 2 long real pumps, lady. And like I said, the attitude too on top of it. Because it's not like I went in there like ready to fight. Like I legit thought like this wasn't gonna happen again after the first time.
Yeah, but didn't you have
It's
a history? Didn't you have a history with this person?
One time before I went in there.
I'm telling you, you got to go in there with the app at the ready and be like,
Yeah.
look, they don't charge me for it on the app. What's the smart ass response is, well, why don't you just order it on the app?
I was going to say, why don't you just order it on the app and pick it up?
You know what?
She shouldn't
That time
have.
I wasn't sure. Right. I wasn't sure if I was going to stop. And it was like a last minute decision. I was like, I'm going to go in there. But you know what? Fuck you. Your store closes at 6 p.m. Like, what are you even doing?
Yeah.
It's a front.
That we should roll
Right.
that into the January 6th investigation of why Dunkin' Donuts are all of a sudden closing at 6 o'clock. That's
Weird to me.
important.
anti-American is what it is, and I'm against that.
It
What
is.
food place closes at 6?
Here's the other thing too. Let me know if you're getting this, but I will order from Dunkin' and do the curbside deal, and
Okay, I
I'm
never
getting
did
a
that.
judgmental look from everybody now when they bring me.
Yeah, you're a lazy bastard is
Yeah.
what they're saying.
Yes, they're giving me that. Wait, there's not kids in the back of your car? Like, why couldn't you just get up and walk in the store and pick this up?
Yeah.
Yep.
I never did that before. I usually just leave my kids right in the car and run right in. I know exactly where I'm going. I shoot in, I come out, and that's it.
Pretty sure that's illegal, but okay. I'm nervous for you because my
I couldn't
wife
say that with a straight face.
my wife sat me down and was like, listen to me, you cannot for whatever reason leave the kids in the car. Well, you know.
No, definitely not.
And I was like, of course not. Why would I do that? And in my head I was going, oh shit, I didn't know I couldn't.
Can't.
All right, from now on,
From now on.
I
But
promise.
the curbside whatever is for that reason. I think like part of the reason is
Makes sense. If you have kids in the car,
know,
you don't want to.
right.
You have to unpack them just to go
Yeah,
in
it's
for
annoying.
2 seconds.
I mean, it started because of COVID, but you
Right,
know,
exactly.
Yeah,
It
but
did.
curbside it could be used for that. That's a good reason.
yeah, we should.
But you have no excuse when there's no kids in the car.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever.
You know, work a muscle every now and then.
But I like it.
That's
and
what she said.
And I also
Right.
feel like I'm doing them a favor because we all know
Yeah,
what
they're getting out.
they're getting out
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
And
I
then
agree with you.
I give them one of these. I go, you need a break? You want me to pretend like I'm talking to you
Exactly.
so you could stand here for 10 minutes?
You don't do
Exactly.
I did it once.
that. Did you?
Yeah, but you know what?
The
When-
guy was like,
just think
please
about
stop
it.
coming
Yeah.
here.
Right. You thought
He
you were
was like,
hitting on him.
and please put that away. Thanks.
Go ahead, Janine. That's messed up. Could you imagine? No, I bet you they do have to deal with that. I bet you at least a few of them and come out to deliver the coffee and some guy's got his wiener hanging out.
Ah.
Go ahead, Janine. What were you going to say?
Are they hiring?
Yeah, what's the HR situation at Dunkin' Donuts?
It is true though. Like, at least for me, especially, who wants to sit in a fucking office all day long at the same spot? No, when there's a chance for you to go out, yeah, I'm the first one running out. Like,
Yeah,
it's
especially at my last job, it's a totally different thing too. When you're working like in the city and then working on Long Island, where it's obviously not like the city, we could just run out and you're like, like here you have to get in your car or whatever. My point is that when anybody want coffee? Yeah, okay, if you go, you sure you don't have a problem going? I have no problem going. Are you kidding me? I was always the one who shot her hand
I
up
would-
first to go get coffee.
I would have always
everyone.
volunteered for that, but I just didn't want to. handle the math and the change and everything. I
Oh no.
can't do any of that.
That's
What
also
you want.
spoken like a true person that didn't actually have much responsibility or much to do in their said job.
Me?
Yeah. You just volunteered to leave at every chance.
Because if you're sitting there with a stack of work to do, you're like, I can't get out of here. I got to finish this stuff. But if you're like, just like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go.
So like
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to leave. Come on, let's be honest. Those people in Dunkin' Donuts too. They're like, "I'll bring it out." You know, they're fighting over who's bringing it out. Okay.
I think I'm doing it. Thank you for not making me feel bad like Frank over there, who's liberal shaming me
You're a
into
dick.
feeling bad.
Liberal shaming.
liberal
No, I really
shaming
do
you?
think. Yeah.
When you order, what's the order of like where you would go? Drive through, curbside, or in store? Like rank those three for me.
Me or him?
Both. Ladies first. Unless you want to do liberals first. I don't. Whichever one you guys
Do
want
liberals.
to
Do liberals.
Okay, liberals first. Go ahead, Frank.
Okay. Depends on the store, but I'd say drive-through, in-store, curbside.
Now you're just putting curbside last to just further make me
No,
feel
I
bad.
never, because I never do it. The only place I've ever done curbside pickup is I've done it at Outback, but there's no drive-through, and to go in, they have the spot there. You just park in the spot, and that's nothing. That's
I
the
didn't even know
door
they
is
did
right in
that.
front of you. Yeah, Outback is good to do that, and they have that whole thing set up right there. So, but
That's good.
I with Dunkin', I go in, I pick it up.
Why is curbside last and going in is second?
Why is curbside last? Because I'm not a lazy. No,
I knew he was going to try to get that in.
I
There.
like the interaction, the hello, the thank you very much. I appreciate sometimes it's not ready, whatever. You just plus if I need to get something else or whatever, I'm in the store. It's just a little more options, I think.
Janine.
I'm sorry, but I do have to agree with Frank. I will go in over everything. I've actually never done curbside ever in my life.
Really?
Ever. Even with the pandemic, I've never done it. I know a lot of more places do it now, but I'm just like, I just never did it. Like, I like to walk around the store, but the reason why I like to go in the store, especially with Starbucks, is that I had a lot of people that I knew that worked in this specific one. So if you went in there, it was like I was in there for 15 minutes talking to everybody, dancing. Like,
So, but you like that.
Dancing.
I like that.
He doesn't like
No,
it.
yeah, dancing.
No, because you're the person that I'm like, can't let them
you
make the
just shut
coffee. We have
Okay.
places to go.
Yeah.
No, if you want to do that at 11:30 in the morning, please. I think that's noble of you.
Plus,
But
plus
at prime time rush hour, like you can shut the fuck up and get out of the way.
I feel like curbside, for the most part, it's extra. You're making them wait on you even more. It's like these people are already making my food and bagging
Yeah,
it up
but
for me.
but it's a part of it.
Now they
Like,
gotta
it's
walk
something
it
that
out
they
to my
offer.
car.
It's
I
something
know.
that they offer.
I know it's relatively new, and I'm sure in a few years I'll be like,
I'm
it'll
definitely
be just
using
as
it now,
normal.
Duncan.
But I feel like
Oh.
it's the weights that they're already doing a lot. They're cooking my food. They're bagging it up for me and everything. Now they gotta walk it to my car. I can get out and get my food.
If this Duncan has curbside, I'm using it tomorrow. I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm not even lying to you.
How are you gonna argue the price? How do you know how many pumps go in?
It's 30 cents for curbside, I heard.
What if they don't put the right amount of pumps?
Because you have to write how many pumps. So I'm gonna write how many pumps on there. She's gonna
but
bring
if
it
you
out.
If you
Yeah,
just
oh,
ask
it's
for
not extra?
19,
say
not
I need extra.
extra?
You don't know how many pumps that.
19 pumps and walk that shit to my car, bitch.
So walk it out.
Nice. Full
Walk it
pumps
out.
too. None of this tapping shit.
All right,
Exactly.
I will go in store apps. I will put that last. I will be the only honest person on this panel and put that last.
Honest.
Fast food, I never go into the store. Really, like once in a blue moon.
Right, exactly.
Drive-through is always first.
Well, here's the problem with the drive-through, and this is a problem I have with Starbucks. I order ahead because I want to not skip the line, but I want to expedite the amount of time
Yes.
that I'm there.
Yes.
When I
Okay.
go through the drive-through, I'm just like I might as well have just ordered it there because I'm waiting behind people that have ordered. Like their rule is you have to get on the line, go up to the teller or the speaker and say, I'm here to pick up whatever. You might as well just order the drink.
Or you could just get out and then pick it up that way. But I get it.
Well,
because here's the thing.
In that case, I will go in the store and pick it up because it is legit faster than having to wait on a line where people that are ordering and didn't order ahead.
Yes, I agree. And the Starbucks near my house it's one of the busiest Starbucks on Long Island. Yeah. So you could just imagine the line for the drive-thru. That's why I refuse to go on the drive-thru there. And so if I order something, I'll pre-order it and then go in the store and pick it up. I will not wait on that line. I'm not waiting on the line for 20 minutes for something that I pre-ordered. Sorry.
I think Starbucks should have it where you don't have to go up to the speaker. You get to go right to the window. You bypass the speaker.
Well, they should have a separate thing like Dunkin' Donuts has. You like when you go into the store, but if you order on the app, it's just sitting there waiting. You just grab it and leave. You already paid for it. So Starbucks has that?
Same thing. Yes.
Inside they do. Outside they don't.
No.
Well, go get out of your car and just run and grab it. That's
what
I
said.
You just go grab it. It's ready.
But I get what he's saying because it's like if you're already pre-ordering it, you don't want to wait on the line where people who haven't pre-ordered it.
That's weird. I agree with that.
You eliminate the pre-order. There's no reason for the pre-order.
Right. Agreed.
Right.
One thing, my biggest complaint with drive-through, and I only really see it in fast food, maybe Starbucks, I'm not sure, but drive-through, they always the window with all the options of the menu is where the speaker is, and I'm like, I always have to tell the guy, just give me a minute. I'm still deciding what I need. If they put that menu 30 feet back, 20 feet back.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I could decide before I get to the speaker.
PDQ has that.
PDQ does have that. Right. They have the menu way before the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's the way to do it. I don't know why.
And that's holding up the line too. That is not you, but like people holding up the line. So yeah.
There's 100 things. I don't know what I want yet. I got to see what, every place is different.
Starbucks too should do that. Starbucks should do that too. So
just put the and move the menu up 10 feet. So the car before the speaker has it. Yeah. And then you put one by the speaker so that you don't forget what you're ordering and you can pick it out.
No, agreed. I agree with this.
That's the way to do it.
So much.
You gotta have the menu first.
Janine, will you email Starbucks corporate since you're the coffee emailer and see if they'll fix the situation too?
I guess so, but you know what? I might go try. I might go try Tim Hortons and see.
Do we have any on Long Island?
We do.
And you get a free hockey stick with every coffee, which is just really nice.
What about Krispy Kreme?
That's what they have in there, right? It's Krispy Kreme donuts. Am I right?
No, Tim Hortons makes
its own thing.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme's a different thing.
Yeah. No, all the Krispy Kremes closed down. I think there's only one in the city now.
Yeah, that's it.
That sucks.
Yeah. Such is life. You know what else I love about the ordering the coffee on the app? It allows you to hide how big of an asshole you are with your order.
Yeah, exactly.
Saying all those saying all those things out loud just sounds so terrible. When you just type them in the whole thing, it doesn't sound that bad anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. No app is hiding that for you.
My wife, by the way, my wife's coffee order, do you want to know what it is?
Not particularly.
I do, but I think I know what it is.
God, what is it?
Black coffee with ice.
Yeah, that's it.
Black coffee with ice?
Venti cold brew with ice. I have 47 things on my list. She goes, Venti cold brew with ice.
The worst part about coffee is the coffee. The best part is everything else. No, the best part is all the other crap you add in. The coffee is the worst part.
Like the caramel pumps?
You just want caramel chocolate milk is what you want to drink.
That's what I want. Give me that. Give me a chocolate milk place.
Yeah. That's why you get the girl from TikTok coffee. That's why that's
good. That's the best one. Charlie Cold Brew, baby.
Oh my God.
It's good.
It is good. I have tried it, but it's too much it's too much milk in there for me. If I get I'll get my coffee, I'll get a splash of milk in it. Sometimes I won't even get any milk. Like an iced coffee, it's just iced coffee. No milk in that.
How many pumps though?
All right.
How much they charge you for the Charlie cold brew? She up the charge on that?
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how much. We order it on the app. It's there. Pick it up. I get out of my car like a person, and I walk in and I grab it.
How does it work for Charlie herself? You think does she have like a card? Is there like a Dunkin'? Does she have the gold Dunkin'
I'm sure
card
she can get them for free.
Gets her the free?
Yeah, they probably have. She probably has a special username, on her app.
Yeah,
I'm sure she gets them for free.
Oh, they just probably loaded her account up with $1,000 or even more.
I'm still not entirely sure who she is.
Yeah,
Well, she's a TikTok star.
For what? What does she do? She dances.
Mm-hmm.
a lot of hand dancing.
She makes good coffee. She has a good coffee. That's all I know. And I hate coffee.
Oh God.
Right.
And this one's good.
All right, we'll leave it there. It's another episode where I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna get 40 minutes out of this, and we're like an
2
hour
hours later,
an hour and a half in.
Oh God.
We'll leave it there. Appreciate you guys watching or listening. You guys have anything else?
Just hit that thumbs up, baby.
Thank you, Frank.
Well,
what are you gonna tell him, Janine? To hit the thumbs down? To not like the video?
Oh yeah, hit that one too. No, don't hit that one.
Don't hit that one. It's bad.
Oh no. No, thumbs up always.
Always thumbs up. Facebook and YouTube appreciate it. Apple podcast rate and review. Thanks so much for that. ShopAnthonyOnAir.com has all our merch. I'll have to work on that Frankie Minaj shirt. I don't know if there's something there.
Could be. Especially maybe just the neon Frankie.
Oh, that would be something else.
I would buy that. I would wear that.
We'd have one sale. It'd be great. All right. Appreciate you guys. Again, everything is over there at AnthonyOnAir.com. Have a great one. We'll catch you on the next one. I look really good today, I think.
Wow.
Very humble guy.
I don't know what it is. I feel extra